Hey, Bob the Vape and Computer Guy, welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Arctic Turbo. Okay, so this is the Arctic Turbo by Horizon Tech. Let's go straight to the up close, and then we'll come back and talk about it and vape on it.
Okay, so here we have the Arctic Turbo bottom sextuplet coil by Horizon. Right. 0.6 ohms divided by 3 equals 0.2 ohms. 40 watts each gives you 120 watts. And that's what they're saying. Got this little sleeve. Gives you a little breakdown. Alright, top turbo cooling system, 40 to 120 watts. Top adjustable airflow, 100% stainless steel, 4 milliliter capacity, rebuildable dual coil option. I do not have the rebuildable dual coil at this time. We'll do that in a later review. Alright, so you got a little book in here. It talks about refilling, top fill. Some notes. They tell you the resistance you'll get with each of the coils. You're able to tell if all coils are working, making contact in there, I guess, based on your resistance. Coil head trouble, how to deal with it. Alright. So, you got an extra piece of Pyrex. Let's start with the unimportant things and then we'll move our way up. Got a bunch of extra O-rings in there. And there's your Arctic Turbo. This is refocus. There you go. So you get your Arctic Turbo. Nice looking tank. Horizon Tech. Nothing underneath. Pin protrudes. Decent amount there. Right. Standard drip tip. Let's just this little bit here. Come on, there you go. Alright, standard drip tip. Looks like a little bit of O-ring seal on there. No big deal. Alright. As you can see, you have your top airflow here. Just on one side. And here is your, this comes off. See, it says open on it. All right. And here is your fan. All right. Little fan in there. So you don't have to use that. You can always take that out if you want.
Level 4 email.
There's your level 4 email. Always forget to turn that off. Alright, you can unscrew this whole top piece, and there's your top fill. Alright, little rubber surprised they don't give you an extra one of these. Get back in there. Right, screw that back on. The bottom is where your coils are. You have 1, 2, 3 Cylon airflow. Does not spin all the way around. It stops and locks. Okay. You want that because you want to know it's locked when you go to do your top fill. Alright, you leave this open, you do your top fill, and you could leak. Let's unscrew this bottom. Okay. Just a hollow piece, hollow section in here. And here's your coils. A little different style of coils there. 3 individual coils. 0.6 ohms, 3 equals 0.2 ohms, 40 to 120 watts. So instead of getting one big coil like TFE4, you got everything separate here. The reason is you don't have to use all of them if you don't want to. As you can see here, it comes with 3 extra coils. Okay. It also comes with 2 of these bases. I'm calling them like a base, but what you can do is, instead of using a coil, which way does it go? You can put one of those in there. Alright? And when you put this in here, it's going to fit nice, but that will seal that up. And so you could use 2 coils or even 1 coil and just have a dual coil system or a single coil and fill it up with those spacers. Spacer, I guess, is a better term for that. Right. And they just basically fit in like that. It has to go that way. I haven't tried this yet, so. All right. So you can put the 2 of them in there, fill that up, and then just use a single coil. So if you're going to have a tank like this, I think you should be using the 3 coils, but you have the option, and that's what's nice. I want to see, it fits pretty snug. The everything is nice and tight, turns smooth, feels good. Drip tips, standard. Oh, it even looks better than this. Alright. Open back up your airflow, or close your airflow off, I should say. Fill her up. Very simple. Tighten it up. You open your airflow back up, you're done. You do have the top airflow. My recommendation is keep that closed. It just dilutes the flavor. I don't find any purpose to that. So, all right. So let's go back up on top, vape on it, and we'll talk about if she's worth it.
This is the Arctic Turbo by Horizon Tech. I picked this up from myvaporstore.com for $17.95. Great price for a sub-ohm tank. It's a nice quality tank. I'm very happy with the threading, the feel, the machining, the quality. Very nice. As you see, you can take 1, 2, or 3 coils. So what I'm going to do now is I just started vaping on this today. What I'm going to do, which I haven't seen anyone else do, is I'm going to vape on it. I have 1 coil in here and 2 of the spacers. I'm going to vape on it, give you my opinion of 1 coil. Then I'm going to stick in another coil and use it with 2 coils. And then I'm going to try it with 3 coils and see how it varies, because it'd be nice if you can get through it with 1 or 2 coils and not having to put 3 coils in all the time and still get a good vape out of it. Some people don't need to have 3 hunking coils there putting out all that vapor. So I'll come back in a little bit and I'll let you know what I think about it with 1 coil. Okay, so I've been using this for a little while. Let's go over a few quick things here. Size. This tank is, you got 20 millimeters by, let's see, without the drip tip, you're talking about 64 millimeters. With their drip tip, you're talking about 73 millimeters. I've been using this with 1 coil, bottom air slot completely open, top air slot closed off, fan is in. First thing I notice is the drawer is tight. Tighter than I would like, with the bottom completely open. You got 3 Cylon type air slots in the bottom, 1 coil. Taste is good, but it's not enough air to make it good enough. So next thing I did was I tried opening up the top airflow all the way. Airflow is much better. But your taste goes down considerably because you're getting cool air mixed in from the top that's not coming from the coils. So I wouldn't want that open. I never liked top airflow, but it makes this single coil setup much better. I've also tried taking out the fan, and I haven't noticed any difference. Taste is nice. Let's see. You unscrew this top. Take out your fan, which I really feel is a gimmick. I really just don't, see that turbo is going to do anything. Same coil, come on. I don't notice any difference whatsoever. I've done this a number of times to try and see if I notice anything. I really don't see this doing anything different. Get that back on there. I'm not noticing any difference. So with one coil, there you go. If you like mouth to lung, beautiful. It'll be beautiful for you. I'm doing this on, well, I got 25 watts there. It's rated at, what is that, 40 to something watts. I showed you in up close for a single coil. 0.67 ohms is what I'm coming out to. I'm going to try this on 35 watts now. But again, the airflow is going to be the same, so. You're getting more taste, a little warmer, a little nicer, but still the same airflow. It's a little too tight with one coil. I'm going to pop in a second coil in there, use that for a while, and we'll come back and see how that works. I've been using the Arctic Turbo now with two coils for a while, and big difference. Airflow, perfect. Much, much better. Even had to close it off a little bit on the bottom. So very happy with that. No complaints about that. What am I on now? I'm actually only on 30 watts and she's still vaping very nice. Let's bring it up a little bit. What am I at? 38 watts. Very nice vape. Had a little issue in the beginning. Popped in the second coil and I was still at 0.7 ohms. And they even tell you on here, on their instructions, that, when you got, because these are 0.6 ohm coils, obviously the more coils you have, you're cutting your resistance down by a factor. So if you have one in there, you have 0.6. If you have two, you're at 0.3. If you have three, you're at 0.2. This vape at 0.3 ohms, 38 watts, is beautiful. I actually was even playing around. I actually, for the first time ever, used a little bit of air on the top and got a pretty good vape out of it. Not messing up the taste too much. Once I was able to open it up, take those coils out, put them back in a little bit, a couple of times. You got to tweak them a little bit so that they're making contact with that base. Once I did that and I was able to get the resistance right, then the flavor was just a little bit off. I had to play around with the top and the bottom. It took a little bit of tweaking. It wasn't as simple as just pop it in and start vaping. It did take a little bit of playing with it to get it just right. I still don't see any difference with that fan inside. I don't see that doing anything. But with two coils, I'm happy with this. When I blow it up this way, because it's light, I have a feeling you're not seeing that it is producing a lot of vapor. It is, producing a decent amount of vapor. Thick, nice clouds. It's not for a cloud competition, but for an enjoyable vape, it's very nice. A little foggy in here now. Very happy with it. I like the machining on the tank. I like the design of the tank. I know they do make an RBA base for this. I've only found one place that has it, and I never ordered from this place, and I think they probably ship from China. SourceMore.com has the RBA base, which I guess is a dual RBA base for $10.20. Trying to find somebody else who has it, and if I get that, I will do a review on that. Like I said, I picked this up from my vapor store for 18 bucks. The coils for this, 5 coils, a 5-pack of coils for $5.95. Let's round that to $6, and you're talking about $1.20 a coil. Now, if you can enjoy this at 2 coils, which is what I'm probably going to end up using it at, that's $2.40 to change 2 coils. So think of it as 1 coil, because that's what you're going to be vaping on. $2.40 a coil, very good price. If you're a mouth-to-lung vapor, you can enjoy this with 1 coil for $1.20 a coil. That's just great. I mean, I'm not sure how Horizon Tech is doing that at such low prices for the tank and for the coils, but it's nice. I think the quality is good on it. So one more time on 2 coils. I'm going to stick a 3rd coil in there. I don't need it. I'm happy with this the way it is. I don't want it, but I'm going to do it anyway so we can give a review with all the different possibilities of this for now. Okay? See you soon. Okay, and we're back for the 3rd stage of the Arctic Turbo. All right, so 3 coils. 3 coils, I'm getting 0.22, 45 watts. I'm finding about 45 watts for the particular juice I'm vaping on, which is this Seduce Juice Exodus 720. I'm finding 45 watts is good for this. I've tried this up to like 60 watts, no problem. But the juice just is coming out good at about half open on the bottom, airflow, closed on the top, airflow, at 45 watts. Nice. Good taste, good airflow, no leaking problems. The tank does get kind of hot. At 45 watts, she's pretty warm. I haven't felt anything this warm since the Phantom tank. So she's certainly getting up there. Maybe I shouldn't have this on here. It might melt on. I've been using these bands to know what juice I'm vaping. So I put one color, I put red on here, and I put red on the bottle. Because when I'm testing a lot of tanks, I don't know what's what. So this way I can go to different tanks. See, white band. I find the juice bottle with the white with the white band on it, and I know that's what's in there. So that's been working out pretty good for me. Getting old, I don't remember things anymore. So I'm happy with this. The tank is nice. The machining is nice. She's vaping good. I would be happy with 2 coils. I think that works fine. I don't think it's necessary for 3 coils. I think it's great on there. I gave you the size, the name. Flavor is pretty good. It's not the best, but it's certainly much more than acceptable. It's very nice. Quality of the machining is nice. Construction is good. No leakings, no spit back. I don't think that fan is of any purpose. Leave it in, take it out. Doesn't seem to make any difference to me. Price is excellent. Under 20 bucks for the tank. Another 10 bucks for the rebuildable. Coils are $1.20 a coil, it looks like, roughly. So a lot of pros on there. Cons. The only con, there is some fiddling. When I put in, I had the 2 spacers and 1 coil in. When I took the spacer out, put a 2nd coil in, it was still reading 0.6. I had to take it out, push it in, turn it around, doing some stuff with it in order to get it to go down to 0.3 ohms. Same thing happened when I took out the 3rd spacer and put the 3rd coil in. It is nice, though, that you can, obviously it's top fill, but you can also turn it upside down, unscrew it, change the coils, replace coil, put in 2, 3 coils, change that around, whatever you want to do, the configuration. Works well. I like that you can do that. But it does take some fiddling. Take a look at this picture here. That's what I found was necessary to really get it to work right. One of the leads had to be facing the outside of the perimeter of the circle, the disc that it's going on to. So I found doing that where one of the leads was facing towards the outside seemed to work best. I don't know if that was just coincidence, but that seemed to where it was making good contact and finally working. But I still have to keep playing around with it. And they even give you in the instructions, there's a whole section here about coil head troubleshooting. And then there's method 1 and method 2. So they know there's some problems. They have 2 whole procedures to try to fix when you're not getting the right resistance. If one doesn't work, well, try this other whole project. They're telling you to put it, put the base on your mod and try doing that first and filling it until you get it right, then putting the top glass and chimney on. Of course, I wasn't doing that because I already had juice in it. But there is some work involved in there. It works. It wasn't the end of the world, and once it's in there, it's staying at 0.2. It's making contact. It's working. But just understand, if you're somebody who's not that advanced, or just not that comfortable with playing around with that stuff, or you just don't want to deal with it, this might not be the right tank for you. If you like I do, that you can do mouth to lung with a single coil and more resistance in the airflow, or pop in 2 coils and it's great, or pop in 3 coils and it's even better. It's a nice tank. A little bit of playing around with it, it works. Overall impression, for the price, absolutely worth it. Nice that you can have your configuration of coils. Good taste. It's an enjoyable tank. It looks nice. It's machine nice. You can't beat it for the price. Okay? So there you go. If you've used them, had any problems with it, any comments about it, please comment below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. And thanks again for watching.
Okay, so I'm editing this video before uploading it to YouTube, and all of a sudden, while I'm vaping on the Arctic Turbo while watching it, I get a little juice in my hand. So I start looking to see if it's leaking, and it's not, but my glass cracked. If you can see that line right going along there, look at that. Now, I have not dropped this. It has been sitting on a desk, but there is a crack in the glass. Now, like I said, this does get pretty hot, but there was no reason for that glass just to crack on its own like that, right along there. But it did, so I'm going to change the glass on there, and don't know if it's bad designing of the glass or just a fluke. These things do happen. I didn't notice it earlier. Could be you tighten it down too much and you're sandwiching that glass in there and you could crack it. But I didn't have this problem earlier. It was only when I touched here and I could feel, juice coming out of it there. You can see a little bit of my fingers that I realized why. So I just thought I'd add this in at the end, let you know that happened.